Hey everyone, as you might know by now, I am a bit slow in updating this case, but Bushiroad has reinvestigated the case, and their perspectives have aligned with our perspectives in that they think that Manlong is cheating now, and punishments were dished out. They have updated their announcement from before, and I'll kind of just read it and then kind of talk about it a bit more, and I don't know, maybe provide some bonus content, because I did find more cheating. But yeah, let's kind of take a look. So we have reinvested the case that occurred during the recently concluded Bushiroad Championship Series 2023 World Finals with the cooperation of the TCG development team at Bushiroad Inc. I think that TCG development team is like the Japanese side, right? In addition to multiple instances of improper shuffling that resulted in card information being revealed, we have found evidence indicating a deliberate effort to take advantage of that information to manipulate the order of the opponent's deck. As such, the following penalties will be imposed on the player in question under the infraction of cheating: revocation of their Bushiroad Championship Series 2023 World Finals placement and prizes, 24 months ban from taking part in any Bushiroad official tournaments, Bushiroad sanctioned tournaments, and or any tournaments that utilize Bushinavi until April 30, 2026. We apologize again for the oversight and will be taking steps to improve tournament integrity moving forward. We would also like to urge the community to remain civil in their discussion of this incident and refrain from making comments or videos that intentionally target groups or individuals related to the incident. Thank you for understanding. So I think that's a win, right? That's a win. A ban has been issued, 24 months. In Manlong's case, I think it's a bit kind of weird because he does travel to all the Japanese tournaments, a lot of the Japanese tournaments as well. So they probably have to consult both sides, especially like usually if a player gets banned in Japan or English, they don't really travel overseas to play in any other Bushiroad tournaments, right? So this probably just required some more work there. A 24-month ban, I think, is probably one of the longer ones you can get. Normally, if you get caught for cheating like the first or second time, it is around 24 months. I think Vince got banned for 1.5 years. And then I think Helene got banned for 2 as well, 2 years. The only person who got banned indefinitely, and I think everyone was going, dude, we should just ban this guy infinite, which I think should be too, but it's not my place to say. I think the only person who got banned infinitely was Nasimaru, and that was, I heard there were more things going on there behind the scenes, so probably things stacked on top of each other, and then he's just nuked forever, right? The revocation of their like placement and prizes, I think, really might not happen. I don't know what will happen if he just doesn't give the prizes back. Does he just get banned more? I don't know. I actually don't know. So I think that really doesn't. That's kind of like maybe wishful thinking. 2 years is a relatively long time. Will he come back? I don't know. If he doesn't want to come back to any Bushiroad game, I can just see him going like, screw it, I'm gonna go cheat in other games too, right? So there's that. The last statement where they say, please don't, remain civil. Don't like, make comments or videos that target random intervals. Just like, I know people have defended Manlong in the past, and I know people like to say, hey, blah, 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 you guys are wrong. How do you say it? Gloat? Just don't do that, guys. I think it's a net positive. It's a net win, although it did take Bushiroad time and a lot of community, how do you say it, feedback or negative response from the community to make them change. I think the fact that they did change and reverse the decision was good, and going forward, it looks like they will be, hopefully, putting more effort into stopping cheaters and putting more effort there as well, which I think is a net win. Because you have to think about it, right? Those cheaters who participate in these tournaments just ruin so much for everyone joining the tournament, which is just not good. So overall, I just want to say, here's a virtual fist bump. This wouldn't have happened without the whole community around the world getting involved, right? Without the Hong Kong people showing more of the dodgy stuff, the CCTV vids, right? There would have been less impact without everyone responding the way they did around the world in the Western side. And then even the Japanese side, they probably don't watch my videos, but they definitely put in a lot of work in just generating huge amount of waves on this topic. Now, funny enough, right? I know I made a video for the Japanese side specifically, right? Just because I wanted to let them know, because they will be affected if Manlong goes to Japan. I actually made a video, like a quick Twitter video that's like 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. so it's easy to digest. But funny enough, when I was making that video, I found even more instances of Manlong cheating as well, which is, I don't know how to say it. It's in some ways it's fascinating. Okay, maybe I'll show it to you guys as bonus content. I'm gonna have to move myself down a bit. So this one specifically happened in the finals against Rickson. As you can see, Rickson in a pretty good spot. He's done his superior ride to Ezel while Manlong's only at 1. Manlong's gonna do his MO that he normally does. Let's kind of take a look. And he's going to do a shuffle. And here's something pretty key, is that he's shuffling the deck, and then he just blatantly takes the top pile, looks at it, right? You can look at it, the arrows are there, and you can see there's a Dantigol, right? It's a front trigger, you know? What does he do? He's going to put it to the bottom. You can clearly see there's like the pile there, right? There's a clump of cards right there. And then he's going to do his normal shuffle, where he just moves the bottom card up by taking off the top card, right? This is just, it's just the normal shuffle he does, just how he moves cards to the top. And you can literally just see the top card being moved every single time until there is only one card left that he puts at the top, right? And then once it's there, this next part is hyperplane. Look at this. The top part of this deck isn't even moving. It's just staying at the top, right? It's just staying at the top. He's not even hiding it. So that top card is clearly a bad card for Rickson, right? So this is just one of them. This is just one of the many situations that happen. We're gonna speed up, and then we'll get to see Rickson's hand pretty soon. And he does a drive check, and he draws one card after that. I think you can already see the Dantigol a bit from one of the previous ones, but here makes it very obvious what his hand is. All the triggers are at the bottom. I actually asked Rickson this as well, right? Is this normally how you put your hand? And he said, yeah, this was pretty much my hand. So the top cards are just all blanks, and the bottom cards are all triggers, and there's a nice looking Dantigol right there. I wonder where it came from, right? There wasn't any other Dantigols that was like discarded or triggered or anything like that, so there could only be one. So that was just one instance. You can see how you know he did the whole shuffle thing in slow motion. I know other ones it's a bit more segmented, but this one, bam, you have the whole picture, and he did it relatively sloppily this time, right? Now, the other question I was wondering, that had me wondering, you know, before, it's like, how did Manlong do anything dodgy at BRO, right? BRO is a bit weird because you can't shuffle your opponent's deck, and so far, everything that Manlong does is shuffle the opponent's deck and, you know, manipulates it in a bad way for them. But how did he do it in BRO? So, I did take a look at some points, right? And one thing that really stood out was this clip to me. Let's take a look. He's looking through his deck for his Leofal, right? And he's going to find a card he wants. He's going to call it. Nice. Abyssal Owl. Pretty good. And then he's going to do his normal, well, not really normal shuffle, but he's going to do a kind of a bad angled shuffle, right? So the problem with BRO is you usually don't know where your opponent's looking, so you can clearly just look down. And the way that he is fanning out his deck is pretty bad. This is one scenario where he's shuffling in the center. Sometimes he does it in the side, so you can just see the bottom card all the time, right? But yeah, he's doing his normal shuffle where he's moving the bottom card to the top. Clearly, there's something good there. But then he does something weird here, something really weird. So he does a big fan, and look at the angle of this thing. This angle at the beginning was really bad, but he's doing this fan, and then he's going to move his thumb. Look at his thumb. His thumb is around here-ish. He's going to move some cards over, right? Boom. Thumb. And then he's going to separate it into piles. So here's the first pile. Card was moved to the top. So you know what the top pile is. He's broken. He's put a breaker where his thumb was, where his second pile wants to be. So that top card is probably what he wants as well. And then the third card, the third pile might have something he wants at the top. But at least 2 piles have something that he wants at the top. So I'm guessing that for BRO, he did something like pile stacking. And normally at BRO, players don't do like, they'll pick the piles, but they don't say, then put 10 cards from the top of the deck to the bottom, right? Kind of thing. They don't really do that. So once you figure out like how they do their piles, some people do piles like specifically like 1, 2, 3 or 3, 2, or something like that. You gotta stack the piles in a way where you can get cards that you really want. And for things like Luard, for example, where you don't want to get great stock, if 2 out of the 3 piles at least are good cards for you, your chance of getting great stock is very, very low. So I guess that's the only bonus content I want to take a look at. I didn't really go too far into all the BRO stuff. I know I think way back I watched another scenario where something similar like this happened, where the deck count is like way lower, so obviously like there's a lot more triggers that you can trigger and things like that. So I think there was another scenario there, but like blurry camera quality and things like that can kind of influence things, so I didn't really want to go too far into it. But that's just the bonus content. Other than that, I just want to say again, big thank you to everyone in the community. Right now, our programming can kind of return to normal, where we, you know, talk about new over triggers that get released and complain about those, and then watch all the cheating that happens in One Piece. Because I feel like every single week, maybe every 2 days, is always something new that happens there, which is fun and interesting. But I just want to say again, be careful. Be very, very careful. Obviously, I think that the big thing that happens, even though it's only a 2-year ban, a lot more people knows about this guy now, right? They know about like what he does, what his MO is. So you can be much more careful if you ever see him and let people know, right? Let people know. I think that's the fact. If he's cheating in One Piece, I think, well, we saw him cheat in Battle Spirits and all that, and Pokemon. There are a bunch of videos released there. I can only imagine he's doing some very dodgy stuff. Keep an eye out for that. Get him on camera if possible, and then let Bandai know, right? Don't let this rest. Don't let this rest. Keep an eye out for that, and let people know, I think, is the most important part. Also, as well, if you see Manlong play in like any of these sanctioned tournaments of Bushiroad, while he's banned, get some evidence, call him out, and he's probably going to be banned even longer for ban evasion. So again, I want to say thank you, everyone. You guys did a good job. Virtual fist bump, high five, however you want to do it. And yeah, thank you all. It's been great. It's been a crazy week, but it's been great seeing the community just come together and having a zero tolerance policy on cheaters. All right, so see you all next time. Right, bye.